This is CCR question number 2, and the question is, how does your product engage with audience, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? Now, I'm going to be dividing this question into two parts. Let's start with part number 1, which is, how does your product engage with audience? Now, let's start with audience. There are two types of audience: niche audience and global audience. Niche audience are small people who share a love for horror, but not everyone enjoys, especially older individuals, as they tend to go to around romantic genre or drama genre. If we talk about movies, we're going to start with Enchanto highlights a Colombia culture and magic appearing not just for families in genre but also to Latino audience. It provides representation and culture details that connect with smaller, unique segments of Disney's wider audience. Now, if we talk about global audience, which is all over the world, and if we talk about the movie, I'm gonna go with the Barbie movie, as Barbie movie is one of the popular movies that it has been watched all over the world. And if you ask anyone, they're gonna say yes, they have seen it or they've heard of it. The Barbie movie became so popular that it gained 1.45 billion gross profit worldwide. However, niche films can also achieve international success. For example, The Children Train, originally aimed at an Italian audience, became a worldwide sensation because of its incredible and emotional storytelling about a bond between a mother and child and the suffer pain they went through. Now, how did we connect to the audience? Now, over here, audience is a very important word, as without audience, there will be no movie, and without movie, there is no ticket, and then our 100 victim movie is just gone. So over here, connecting with audience is actually a very important thing, because if we do not connect with the audience won't watch our movie, which will again lead to the cycle of no movie, no ticket, and wasted of resources. Let me just okay. Now, our film is thriller, which means that it has elements of blood, serial vibes, and good and bad, which we'll talk in further of the video. Not everyone enjoys these kind of horror or thriller genre, but mostly it attracts teenagers. For example, if we talk about a movie Saw, which came around 2020, 2004, it became so popular that it Saw had different part of movies. For example, the Saw 2, which gained 147 gross profit worldwide, and Saw 3, which gained 164 million gross profit worldwide. And it led to all the way up to Saw number 11, which is actually coming this year, 2025, in September 26, 2025. A common thing in our theme of horror, crime, and movies are struggles between good and evil, which leads to us about a theory of Levi Strauss of binary opposite theory. Binary opposite theory tells us that narrative and culture system are formed around constant ideas such as good versus bad, man versus nature, young versus old, etc., etc. Meaning, which helps to create meaning and structure. Levi Strauss, this person, also believed that human through and culture are organized through these binary opposites, which we understand as connected by comparing them to their opposite. For example, if we talk about movie wise, we have Jennifer's Body. Jennifer's Body is a conflict between good and evil, and it is invented in main character. And another example, if I give you, which is Halloween. Halloween is one of the popular thriller movies, and it has the main protagonist, which is Michael Millers, and his sister, uh, his sister, who was actually the victim. So over here, Michael represents evil, and his sister represents good. Fortunately, his sister was a victim, but she survived the whole attack, and Now it comes to the second part. How would we distribute as a real media text? Which is how would we distribute as a real media text? So first of all, we're gonna start with our posters. Our poster gives a sneak peek and little bit hints of how the what the movie is about. As the blood behind the writing, it shows that it's about blood, which connect to screaming and crying. And our 100 victim tells us that there are more than 100 people dying in the film. Then we will start with another poster which will give another sneak peek, but also increase the cross, uh, also increase the people watching the posters. Then we will release trailers and teasers in social media platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Pinterest. Why would we go with this approach is basically because these are free and almost everyone in this whole world use these daily. For however, as our target audience in teens, so Instagram, we're gonna be using Instagram mostly because mostly almost all the population teens use Instagram. But we're gonna start with TikTok by featuring our film music, and Pinterest by posting our posters. But however, the Facebook is mainly not popular among teenagers, but it is popular among older individuals, but we there's no harm in posting there and seeing if it leads to somewhere. Then we will upload our film to streaming platforms. There are multiple streaming platforms that we can upload to. However, we're gonna go with the main popular, which is Netflix, Prime, Amazon Prime Video, and Hulu. Why do we upload in the streaming platform? Well, basically these are subscription based service, which means that the user need to pay for subscription to watch the films, which leads us to having revenue. But these all also connect with the theory of long tail theory by Chris Addison. In the long-term theory, Chris Addison explains that the internal and digital technology allows business to provide a wider range of products which those with less demand and still be profitable. For example, The Netflix offer a larger selection of movies and TV shows and documentaries, etc., including mainly niche titles and global titles that aren't available on traditional television or which aren't available in the world. Thank you.